This summer, I read 13 Reasons Why by Ascher. In the book, Clay, a high school-aged boy, finds audio tapes recorded by his friend and classmate explaining the 13 reasons why she committed suicide. Each of the people who received one of the tapes are one of the reasons why. To give a little taste for the book, this review will be 13 reasons why or why not to read Ascher's 13 Reasons Why. The most intriguing part about the novel is that it's similar to a giant scavenger hunt. Clay has to listen to all of the different audio tapes. He has to follow a map and go around downtown. And he's fitting together all of these different pieces of why Hannah, the girl, killed herself. The novel's engaging because the plot develops quickly. Right off the bat, Clay finds the tapes, starts listening to them, and starts learning about why Hannah killed herself. The majority of the book is listening to Hannah's audio tapes, which makes the writing seem very conversational and easy to follow. Reading this as a high schooler was enjoyable because all of the experiences and relationships that were in the book were really relatable. The characters in the book aren't the most interesting. Clay can come off as boring and perfect, and Hannah seems a little bit whiny and annoying, and there's not really any other characters that are featured for more than a couple chapters. Some of the reasons that Hannah explains to justify her suicide seem petty and small. For instance, one of the reasons was that someone stole her anonymous notes, similar to a Palanca at Journey School. The whole book seemed rather biased towards Hannah, because she was the one who committed suicide, even though she hurt plenty of the people around her as well. The book starts to seem a little bit repetitive and monotonous when all of Hannah's reasons start to sound the same. This isn't saying that things that were done to her were justified, it's just that they became less interesting and when they happened over and over again. Heavy subjects such as suicide and rape are included in 13 Reasons Why, and people who aren't comfortable reading about those types of actions shouldn't read the book. The book really illustrated how every action, even just small actions such as starting a rumor in high school, can have super large effects on other people's lives, which is really important to keep in mind. A lot of information regarding suicide prevention is discussed, which is extremely important to know should you ever have to use it in your life, and is a great reason to read this book. Since the book surrounds Hannah's suicide and the awful things that made her commit suicide, it's pretty depressing and tragic, but in a way that made me feel almost more whole after reading it. Although a lot of the book is depressing, the end is very hopeful, and it convinces the reader that it's worthwhile to try to prevent suicide, that suicide isn't inevitable, that there are other options.